So I tried to make a podcast episode earlier today about the first day of school, and it sucked. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to say. Nothing felt natural. I kept trying to turn the day into something meaningful, and finally I was like, forget it. Maybe I just don't have an episode today. Apparently, I just needed to give life a couple of more hours to completely screw with me. Because let me tell you how my afternoon actually went. First day of school. New year, new routine. And of course, the school decides to change the entire pickup system, which is always a fantastic idea on the first day of school. So I'm already thinking this is going to be a mess. On top of that, my daughter had gymnastics after school. Now, gymnastics isn't an emergency. I understand that, but try telling my brain that in the moment because suddenly my entire afternoon becomes a mission. We have to get out of that car line. We have to get home. She has to change. We have to get to gymnastics, and I can't be late. So I do what any rational parent does when they feel that pressure. I overcorrect immediately. I get to the school ridiculously early. And when I say ridiculously early, I mean I sat in that car line for almost 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. And here's the worst part. Well, I was proud of myself. I'm right up front, watching the line build up behind me, thinking, yep, look at everyone rolling in late. I planned ahead. I did it right. I'm basically winning the first day of school. Meanwhile, I've already lost. I just didn't know it yet. School gets out. I get my daughters. Now we're moving. It's go time. Come on, let's go. Gymnastics, get in the car, rushing. I'm watching the clock, doing mental math like I'm in the Olympics. And we're going to make it. It's going to be close, but we're going to make it. Everything is tight, but under control. We pull into gymnastics and it's empty, like completely empty. And I'm sitting there like, that's weird. Did I mess something up? Did we miss something? And then I find out gymnastics was canceled today because it was the first day of school. They sent an email. I just didn't read it. Do you understand? I sat in a car for almost 2 hours. I built my entire afternoon around something that wasn't even happening. No gymnastics, no urgency, no race. Just me aggressively optimizing my life for a thing that did not exist. And I just sit there like, of course. Of course, this is how today ends. And then I start laughing because what else are you going to do? And somewhere in that moment, I realized, wait, this is my episode. I spent all morning trying to force meaning out of the first day of school. Meanwhile, I just needed to live a few more hours. And that's really the point. Not some big lesson. There isn't one. Sometimes you just don't read the email and waste 2 hours of your life. But what got me is how much stress I created over something that wasn't even real. Because I do that. And I'm guessing you might too. I was worried about being late before anything was even late. I was already at gymnastics in my head while I was still at home. I was solving problems that didn't exist yet. And we do that all the time. We live a few hours ahead of ourselves. What's next? What could go wrong? When do I leave? And meanwhile, the present is just sitting there like, I'm fine. I'm not going to pretend I've suddenly learned to live in the moment because of a closed gymnastics class. Clearly, I have not. Tomorrow, I'll probably find something new to stress about that doesn't matter. But today was a solid reminder that sometimes the thing you're trying so hard to control isn't even happening. So maybe before we lose our minds, we check the email. That's it. That's today's wisdom. Check your email. And maybe, just maybe, stop trying to live the whole day before it arrives. Because sometimes life has a completely different plan. And sometimes that plan is just making you sit in a school parking lot for 2 hours so you have something to talk about on your podcast. Which, now that I think about it, maybe today wasn't a total waste after all. Thanks for listening to Life and Bullshit. And if your life is also held together by missed emails, unnecessary stress, and realizing halfway through the day you were the problem, follow the show. You'll fit right in.